First time ever, the Indian rupee has broken the 90 per US dollar. This number may look like just a statistic, but it's the power to change how much you spend on fuel, your monthly grocery bill, your future foreign education plans, even your dream vacation. So, in this video, we'll understand what really pushed the rupee to this level with some real life examples that affect you and me every single day. So, let's understand the fall with real life stories. So, it will be interesting for you. So, take an example why foreign investors are pulling out. So, imagine the situation. A person called Ramesh. Ramesh runs a small shop in Hyderabad. Suddenly, 20 people come and take all their items back, asking for refunds. What happens? Ramesh loses cash. His shop becomes unstable. This is exactly what happened with the Indian. Foreign investors suddenly started pulling out hundreds of crores from Indian stock markets due to global uncertainty. So when they leave, they take dollars back. Demand for the dollar is high and the value for the rupee is low, just like Ramesh shop, India's currency weakened. So this is what happened when foreign investors pull out their money from Indian stock market. So the other reason could be the trade deficit. So again, I will give a small example here. Think a family that earns 50,000 but spends 70,000 every month. So what happens over time? They borrow more, feel financial pressure. So India is just like that a family right now. We are importing far more crude, oil, electronics, machinery, gold, and exporting less. To buy all these imports, we need dollars. Dollars demand rises, rupee weakens. And let's take the other example, rising global oil prices. So this could be one of the reasons. So a small example here, consider a cab driver who fills petrol every day. So if petrol prices goes from 100 to 120, he still needs the same amount of fuel. He spends more, his earnings reduce. India is that cab driver. When global oil prices increase, India has no choice but to buy oil at a higher dollar price. More dollars needed. Rupee slips. I'll give you one more example. Strong US dollar. So imagine a classroom where one student becomes topper overnight. Everyone starts copying, following him. Right now, that US dollar is the topper because the US interest rates increased, the dollar became more attractive. Investors left emerging markets like India and rushed to the US. So now let's coming to the other part, how it impacts our everyday life. This is where it directly hits our pockets. Let's understand with some example, relatable examples. So fuel price shock. A delivery boy named some ex person spends rupees 300 per day on petrol. So if the rupee weakens, petrol may go up by 5 to 10 per liter. His monthly cost becomes 9,000 instead of 6,000. So his salary doesn't increase but expenses will increase. So this is the impact of fuel price. Uh, Suppose if an electronic goods has increased, a student wants to buy a laptop worth $800. Earlier, she used to spend, suppose when the rupee was 80 at that time, 800 into 80, that is 64,000. Now, he has to spend 90 into 800, 72,000. Without any change in the product, she is paying near about 8,000 rupees more. So studying abroad gets expensive. For a student studying in the US, hostel fee of 1,000 was earlier 80,000, now it is 90,000. Parents now need to send extra 10,000 every month. So this is how it is impacting the students in abroad. Uh, who benefits more? Exporters like Infosys, TCS, textile manufacturers, and more because the same $1 becomes 90 now. A 100 crore export order gives an extra 10 crore due to currency effect. So, broader economic impact, higher import bill, government pressure. When a middle class family spends more on groceries and fuel, savings shrink. Similarly, India's import bill rises, more pressure on government finances. Inflation everywhere. When petrol becomes costlier, transportation becomes costlier. When transportation becomes costlier, vegetables, milk, groceries, everything goes up. It's like a chain reaction from one simple spark. Small businesses struggle. Take an example, Rahim, who runs a small bakery, imports baking chocolate from Malaysia. Earlier, he paid 2 lakh per month. Now he has to pay 2.3 lakh. He either reduces quality or increases prices. So there are some positives also. A positive example should be NRIs send more money. If your brother in suppose in Dubai or somewhere, he sends rupees 1,000 dirhams. Earlier it gave 22,000. Now it gives around 25,000. Families receiving remittances benefits. So what is RBI doing? To control the rupee fall, RBI uses multiple tools. Let's understand with examples. So RBI is selling dollars. Think of a classroom water tank. If water level drops, the teacher pours extra water to balance it. So when RBI releases dollars from its reserves, it increases supply and supports the rupee. Increasing interest rates. If a bank gives 10% interest instead of 6%, more people deposit money. Similarly, higher interest rates in India attract foreign investors back. And liquidity management is one more tool. So RBI controls how much money flows between banks. It's like controlling water in canals. Too much or too little can you cause so many problems. So what could happen next? This is what important. Let's use some real situations. So scenario 1, oil prices drop. If global oil prices fall, India spends fewer dollars, rupee strengthens. Scenario 2, US cuts interest rates. Investors may return to India seeking growth, rupee stabilizes. FII sells off continues. If foreign investors keep selling Indian stocks or bonds, rupee may touch 91, 92 also. So government pushes exports. If India increases exports in IT, pharma, textiles, dollar inflow strengthens rupee. So this is the full explanation of why the Indian rupee touched rupees 90 per dollar. From petrol to school fees, from smartphones to foreign travel, every sector is connected. The next few weeks are extremely crucial for India's economy. If you liked this deep analysis, do like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.